Rahm Emanuel is cracking down on our First Amendment rights to free speech, our civil liberties.
Did you make this up?
He's going to be deploying drones over the city of Chicago. They're refusing to allow protesters to protest on May 20th, the opening day of the NATO conference in Chicago, not allowing them a permit to protest there. So we're taking our message directly to Rahm Emanuel, who's, he's been attacking not only our civil liberties, but also education, healthcare, mental health clinic.
And this has moved beyond partisan fighting now, because Rahm is a Democrat, and a lot of people would assume that the Occupy movement is Democratic supported. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, Occupy, is a movement that's beyond the two-party system. It's giving a voice to people who are frustrated with both parties, and this is exactly what we're talking about here. When Rahm Emanuel isn't even allowing protesters to voice their opinion against the establishment, against the status quo as the war-making machine of NATO, and he's cutting half the mental health clinics in Chicago. We're not going to stand for that, Democrat or Republican. We're going to be out here in the streets, and that's what Occupy is here for.
Quickly, do you think, just to play devil's advocate, do you think he's not allowing protesters at the NATO Summit for safety reasons, security reasons, for all of the high-ranking people from around the world? Or do you think it is a restriction on protesting in your message?
Well, Rahm is creating all kinds of excuses for why we can't protest. He's saying they don't have enough police, so they can't give a permit for May 20th. But he's spent almost very close to $1 million on police face shields for the police in Chicago. So the fact that they don't have enough police is ridiculous. They've come up with all sorts of excuses. What it really is, it's a crackdown on civil liberties. It's both Democrats and Republicans are complicit with this. They don't want us protesting the war-making machine, NATO in Chicago. They don't want us protesting the fact that Rahm is cutting half the mental health clinics in Chicago and 150 public schools. That's what it is.
We are the people. We got a story to tell the whole wide world. These mayors are meeting. They're not discussing poverty. They're not discussing homelessness. They're not discussing healthcare violation. They're not even discussing human rights to life. So in Chicago, what we do at the anti-eviction campaign, when the sheriff come to put people out, we put them back in. All right. In Chicago, what we do, if we see a foreclosed and abandoned building, we bond together with our brothers in labor, and we fix up these properties, and we move homeless people in.
So my name is Paul Napier. I am from the Illinois Nurses Association. We are facing the privatization of all of our neighborhood health centers that provide primary care services, preventative care services to the poorest people in the city of Chicago. Does Rahm Emanuel care? No! No, he does not! Do our aldermen care? No! Our aldermen will not even schedule meetings with us. We cannot get public hearings to discuss the impacts of these closures and of these privatizations of our clinics. Is that right? No! Is that right? No! Yesterday, one of our aldermen, Willie Cochran, who introduced the resolution to call for public hearings, withdrew that resolution under threats from Rahm Emanuel. We will not be voting for Rahm Emanuel. We will not be voting for his machine. No! And in May, we will be out in the streets protesting his regime. Yeah. You fascists about to lose. I feel like it's a little chilly out there. I think we should go ask them to let us on in. Who says we should march to the front door over there? We want some of what they're eating inside of there, right?
That's right.
healthcare.
Not warfare.
Say healthcare.
Not warfare.
I want to know. I just want to learn.
Come on now, family.
Anybody in the street today?
Let me give y'all a quick story, because there seems to be some confusion with the police, right?
That's right, talk about it.
If you go to our website, one voice, one mic, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. There seems to be some confusion with these police officers, right? We have made it clear we have no beef with the police.
That's right.
In the city of Chicago,
Yes.
I'm going to bring these police officers up to speed. In the city of Chicago,
Talk about it.
there's a police officer of 17 years who was illegally evicted out of her home by the banks. Foreclosed and evicted without participating in the proceedings. These banks are greedy. They have taken homes from police officers, veterans, and common Americans.
Y'all gonna beat us.
Made it clear.
Y'all gonna beat
Your
us.
government does not have an interest in fighting for you.
Y'all gonna beat
It is the job of the people to defend the people.
That's right.
We are non-violent. We intend to stay non-violent.
That's right.
What we seek is our First Amendment right.
That's right.
To challenge those that we have elected to do the job of the people. But this system depends on you. Only you can help us change this. The day you stop acting as a vanguard and an enforcement arm for the real economic terrorists of this country, which are politicians and bankers, then our society will change. You are not the enemy. It is clear. So please do not treat us as if we're the enemies. We are American citizens. Have anybody took a second to think about what you are doing and how this looks? Is this what democracy looks like? Hell!
I'm gonna tell all you fascists you may be surprised. People all over this world are getting organized to bound to lose.
All of those pushing that we are seeing lined up our police force. They don't have no intent in protecting the people. They got their belly clubs out. They ready for us to move so they can beat us down. Is that what y'all want? Is that what y'all want?
Who do you protect? Who do you serve? Who do you protect? Who do you serve?
Who do you protect?
Who do you serve?
You know what? You know what? I want to say something too. You know, that's a stressful job you all got there. That's a stressful job, you know, and when people have a stressful job, sometimes you need someone to talk to, right? We got all kinds of police officers in the city of Chicago who, whether they admit it or not, are using the same clinics that this mayor in here is trying to shut down, right? Right? We have police stand down all the time. In fact, the last time we crashed Rahm Emanuel, Diane will tell you, won't you, Diane? Last time we crashed Rahm Emanuel, we went in there and interrupted his press conference, and the police officer came up and he said, you know what, you're fighting for me too. I don't want to have to deal with the mental health patients being put out in the street.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
His brother just told you, J.I. just told you, we are on the front steps of a sister's home who's an ex-cop who's about to be put out her home by the same banks that have bought and paid for Rahm Emanuel and Tom Barrett.
Yes.
So we're just asking for something simple. We're not trying to go riot. We're not trying to go do anything. All we want to do is talk to our mayor. Are we allowed to talk to our mayor? Are we allowed to talk to our mayor? Are we going to go in there and talk to our mayor? All right, so we're going to ask you real respectfully, stand down because we want to go talk to our mayor, okay? All we want to tell them is this simple message. It's right here. Healthcare, not warfare. Let me hear you. Healthcare,
Not warfare.
healthcare,
Not warfare.
healthcare.
Not warfare.
Fascists are bound to lose, you're bound to lose, you fascists are bound to lose.
And Iraq Veterans Against the War is putting out a call for the National Guard and the police to stand down at the NATO protest. And as a veteran from 2003 to 2007, during the height of the Iraq War under the Bush administration, and now as a veteran under the Obama administration who's continuing the war in Afghanistan, you know, IVW is calling on these police to stand down, stop protecting the 1% in NATO. And you know, I was a war resistor. I avoided orders. You know, I tried to avoid and resist orders to go to Iraq because I'm not going to fight the dirty war of the 1%. We want money for healthcare, not warfare.
Healthcare, not warfare.
Healthcare. Healthcare.
when we don't have justice, then we don't have what?
What is the United States?
No justice?
No peace.
No justice?
No peace.
Rahm